In this video, we're going to talk about some of the ways you can monetize a hobby or a hobby business or content creation, and I'm going to give you some different examples of what you can do, some things you should think about before setting up your hobby business, and just in general some good marketing tips to help you get more out of your business. Let's jump into today's video. Hi there, my name is Brandon Brashears. If you're looking to grow your brand or your business with digital marketing, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I create daily marketing videos here, so if you're looking to grow a lot faster, you should absolutely hit that bell notification and watch every single day. All right, let's talk about hobby businesses, right? If you have content that you're creating, or if you have a passion that you love doing, you can monetize that. A lot of people put their content on YouTube, or they build an audience, they build a community around things that they love doing anyways. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to monetize that, how to approach that. So a lot of times people think, especially when it comes to YouTube, that Adsense is pretty much the only way to monetize your content. And while Adsense is a good way to monetize your content, they've changed the rules now that you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of content before you can be eligible to, not 4,000 hours of content, 4,000 hours of view time to be eligible for monetization. Now, I think that Adsense is great, but having advertised on tons of YouTube videos, I know that it's actually extremely affordable, meaning that the creators aren't making that much money from the ads that I'm placing on the videos. In my opinion, YouTube ads are extremely undervalued. That's great from an advertiser perspective because you're able to get a lot of bang for your buck. But when it comes to the creators, it's not as beneficial in my opinion for all the work that goes into it, and it just is extremely undervalued. So hopefully at some point in the future, hopefully for creators but not beneficial for advertisers, the price of ads will go up. And I think as more media transitions from traditional media to digital media, it's going to get more and more popular. Ad prices will go up, and so audiences are going to be worth even more, especially as this transition from older media to newer media happens and continues to take over. So let's talk about a few ways to monetize your brand or your business if you're creating content or you have a hobby. The first thing that you need to do is you need to have an audience. And I think that a lot of times people think that they need to have a massive audience. They need to have millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And that simply isn't true. And the reason for that is because if you have attention, even if it's a small amount of people, and they're built around a specific topic or community or personality, that is extremely valuable. As people are advertised to more and more, their attention spans are limited. I heard a study yesterday that said that you are advertised to at least 5,000 times per day. The marketing messages that you see, the logos and the ads and everything, you're constantly barraged with basically ads. And so as time goes on, the influencers and people that can captivate attention, and you don't even have to be, again, millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. If you have an audience and you have their attention, that's extremely valuable. So let's talk about some different ways to monetize it. I think that there's several strategies that are helpful, and we'll work our way kind of back from the least effective to the most effective. So I think on the bottom of the scale we have Adsense, and the reason why I think Adsense is the lowest is because you're going to make the least out of Adsense. Now, I manage accounts. This account currently is not monetized with Adsense, but I do manage other creators' accounts and optimize their things. And Adsense isn't a tremendous source of income, but it is something. So, I don't discount that. There's different strategies that you can do to make more with Adsense, like having longer videos and putting more ad breaks in your videos and things like that. But ultimately, I think that it's probably the least effective way to make money online, just because you have to have such a huge volume of views and watch time in order to make a decent living in that. So again, if you're a small channel with just a tiny following, you're still able to use that following that you have to grow. And I think the faster that you monetize, the better, just because anything that you do while at the beginning, the growth that you experience is going to amplify the results of that. So I hope that makes sense. But if you waited until you had 1 million followers before you started monetizing, you would have missed out on all of the growth that would have happened between 0 and 1 million, right? So just the sooner that you can create monetization strategies and implement them, the better it's going to be for your business. So I think we have Adsense as the kind of lowest hanging fruit that's easy, but doesn't take any technical skills. And in terms of like the lowest return on your audience, I think that's it. Above that, though, we have affiliate marketing. And I think affiliate marketing is great because you don't have to store or house any of the products. And so as a result, if you refer the customer to a business or a website, you then get a percentage of that sale, which is cool. One of the most popular affiliate programs is Amazon's affiliate program. They also have an influencer program. And you get a little bit bigger take with the influencer program. But if you have the affiliate program working, you can sell based on affiliate tracking links. And if you set up those links and people click on that link and then buy the product, you make a commission. Now with Amazon, it's really small. And so again, here, there's not a lot of risk because all you have to do is just put a link there and create the content. But the reward is also very low. So on the hierarchy of potentials for creating sales and things, I think it's better than AdSense, and the reason for that specifically is because you have products and services that are far more relevant to your audience that you can then promote and sell without having to hold inventory. So I think affiliate marketing is fantastic, and you can do not just physical products on Amazon, but you can do info products and books and all kinds of things that are going to be relevant to your audience. There's definitely info products, courses, books, all kinds of things that are going to be really relevant. The next step up from there is having your own branding, your own merchandise, your own store, having an e-commerce store set up. So for most creators, I would suggest probably, if you don't have a lot of technical skills, going with something like Shopify, which is really nicely optimized for selling online without having too much technical skill. And it is a little bit expensive. It's more expensive than like having a WooCommerce website on WordPress, but it works really well and it is optimized to sell. So you can sell just whatever you can think of to your audience. Now you can make things to sell. You can have courses. You can have services that you're selling. You could have consultations. The sky's the limit. As creative as you can get to selling your own stuff is going to be as much as you can make. So a lot of creators produce merchandise, and there's two different ways to go about selling merch. It's going to be either print on demand, or you're going to buy products and then ship and fulfill it yourself. Now print on demand has a lot less risk because when somebody orders it, you then order it through the print on demand site, and then they get shipped to the person who bought it. You don't have to hold inventory. That's awesome. But the margins are typically pretty terrible. And so it's hard to create a business that's print on demand that you can scale, because in order to make the margins work, you'd have to raise the prices so high that people wouldn't want to buy it. Nobody wants to buy a $45 t-shirt that somebody made just because it's $45. I'm sure you would get some people who would buy it, but the truth is it's not some exclusive brand. It's a printed t-shirt, and so it just again depends on your branding and things. A lot of people make courses, and the reason why they make courses is because they are so high in margin. Once you have the basic software set up, like a Thinkific or a Membarium or Kajabi, or there's tons. You can use ClickFunnels for building courses. There's tons of platforms out there that let you build it. But once you pay for the software and you're using it, your users can then go through and use it for free. They consume it. There's not an actual expense to it. So if you have a course that's $200, it doesn't cost you $200 to sell it. You're just selling your knowledge and the things that you've learned. And so for that reason, you can spend more in advertising and marketing to get those clients and those customers. So it's very helpful in building that out. Now the content that you are putting out should be attracting and engaging and segmenting a specific audience or group. And once you build that group, you're going to see things that are going to probably pop up over and over again, whether it's questions that they're asking you about things that you're doing, problems that they're having. Typically, some of the best products or services are born out of just understanding exactly what your audience wants, what they're looking for, and then how to serve those people. So think about in general, and if you do this, I think one of the best exercises is sitting down and just committing to actually going through and figuring out, okay, I'm going to write down 150 or 200 monetization ideas. And I'm just going to start, and I'm not going to stop until I get to 200. And what that does is it makes you start brainstorming. It just starts flowing, and a lot of the ideas are going to be crap, but there's going to be good ones in there. And so think about what are the monetization ideas that you can come up with that are going to be beneficial. What are the products or services that you could refer? What are the ways that you could make money with your content? One of the last things that I'm going to talk about too are speaking engagements and guest appearances. Again, if you're building a community around an activity or a group of people or an audience around something that you like to do, there's typically going to be conferences and events and things like that need speakers. And so speaking is also a great way to make sure that you are building an audience. So I have a podcast, and it's super niche. It's called the Veterinary Marketing Podcast. And by any means, I don't have millions or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. The audience is very niche. But I do get invited to do speaking events, and I make a good amount for a day of speaking. So having your specific audience and the content that you put out on a regular basis is very valuable, and it lets you engage people and reach people at scale. So don't underestimate how valuable your content is. Don't underestimate how valuable your audience is. And most importantly, don't underestimate how important your attention is, the attention that you command of your audience. So just wanted to mention that before we finished here. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everyone.